You think your biggest problem is time, but it's actually space. And let me share what I mean by that. I show up every week and I do my videos and I post them on YouTube and I share them with my list, as some of you know. And today I just was not feeling like showing up in video. And I was actually feeling a little tired, if I'm honest. And basically, I was battling and thinking, do I not do it? Do I force myself to do it? I've committed to. What will people think if I don't show up? I would have let everyone down and down that rabbit hole that I'm sure every single high achieving woman knows. And I thought to myself, ooh, what is it that I need right now? And the answer was simply permission permission to show up differently if I chose to. Creation of space for myself to rest, to be still, to stop if I chose. Permission. And in order to give yourself permission, you've got to allow yourself even pause and then choose instead of simply those knee-jerk reactions where you've already done it before you even asked yourself what you truly wanted. If your life is a series of duties, things you have to do for work, for your children, for your husband, for your friends, for everyone else, then you're going to think, oh, I don't have time. But the fact is, you have time. What you do not have is space in which you are choosing to not do or to do certain things that you truly desire. And why is this so essential? I burnt out a few years ago. This is when I was in my corporate job, working with the intensity of a Formula One driver and the dedication of a doctor on call for years on end. And when I think back, I now know for a fact the reason I burned out was not because I was working a lot. It was because it had become a chore. It was like having a piece of music and there's no silence between the notes and it's just one tonality all the time. It was exhausting. And so when your life becomes that one deary tone and you're no longer taking the space to take a breath, then burnout is definitely near because that kind of life does not spark joy. And if there is little or no joy in your life and you have your foot on the accelerator, full throttle, you'll be burning out. If, however, you are working with a certain level of intensity, but you're giving yourself the space to rest when you want to rest, to go off and experience adventure when you want to connect when you want to, and your life is not a series of have tos, this makes a complete difference. And my invitation to you is find ways in which you can give yourself space. So my way today was, yes, I chose to show up here today, but I chose to do this with audio. So right now, if I'm honest, I'm in my PJs and it feels amazing to be able to do that. It could be that there's certain obligations. So like take your week and look at all the things that have filled your calendar and see where it is that you get to create space. So a bit of a decluttering of your calendar, right? So there may be things that you get to do. It may be that you get to show up for work, or there's certain meetings that you have made, but you could also move meetings around. And if this feels like the scariest thing you've heard, my invitation is to sit with that, to breathe into it and ask yourself, what is it that you're most afraid of? Is it failing? Should you show up differently? Is it disappointing other people? Is it actually being criticized? Is it, oh, if you don't put all of this in right now, you're not going to fulfill your purpose? What is it that you're so afraid of? Why is it that creating space in your day, in your week, in your year feels so uncomfortable? Could it even be that you were scared of not having the pressure of work? Because if you don't have it, then you're going to sit, be still with your feelings, and you may want to avoid those. There are 1,001 reasons why we have filled our days with all sorts of things, and some of these things are clutter, if we're honest. But what matters today is you giving yourself permission to show up differently. So creating the space to express yourself. So this is a very, very, very powerful theme. So next time you're thinking to yourself, I don't have enough time, pause. You have as much time as anyone does. We all have enough time. The question is, are you creating space in the time that you have? I'd love to know, what is it that has really resonated for you? And I'd also love to know, what is one thing that you are giving yourself permission to take off your calendar? Just one thing. And if you're feeling adventurous, make it 3. I'd love to hear your comments. And I'd also love to know, do you love the audio format or do you prefer video? Just asking, because it'll be interesting to have your feedback on that. In any case, love and light, everyone. I cannot wait to hear what shows up for you. I am now going to rest. It's been a joy, and I can't wait to hear your comments.